Well, didn't expect to be filming this. I'm sitting in a rental car right now because my wife's car was stolen. I have actually given her my car so she has reliable transportation, doesn't have to worry about commuting in a rental. Yeah, it's been a really interesting start to the new year. The car was actually stolen on New Year's Eve, and this is the first time it's ever happened to me. I grew up in Fresno, California, and I've lived in the Bay Area for, I don't know, since 2019 now, so a decent amount of time. Never once had my car stolen. I've had them broken into plenty of times, sure. But that's always just broken glass and stolen lightning cables and hot sauce packets, you know? Like, nothing crazy has ever happened, but our actual car was stolen. It's honestly kind of crazy. Thankfully, I had insurance on the car, so obviously insurance is handling all of that. And, I mean, as well as they can, at least. We haven't found the car yet. Police haven't found the car. They saw it once, like the day that it was stolen on like the flock cameras. Haven't seen it since then. And it sucks because we just finished paying that car off. Like, we literally just finished paying it off. Finally, payment free on that car. We still owe money on my car that my wife is now driving because it's a newer car. And this is forcing my hand into a decision I wasn't prepared to make this year. You know, I only just got a job again after being unemployed for an entire year, and we don't have money saved up. We can't go and finance another car because although I have good credit, I don't have the income history built up again yet to, you know, get approved for something. And we don't want to add another car payment. We want to eventually buy a house or something, man. And adding another car payment is just not in the books for us right now. So I am looking for a used car. We like to go camping a lot and we want to be able to do 4x4 stuff. So I'm looking for an old 4x4. But I actually have other reasons for wanting an older 4x4 in that, one, obviously not having a car payment is paramount right now. We cannot afford to have another car payment. We still owe money on the other car. And having an older car means a couple of things to me. One, I have no mechanical history whatsoever. I've changed my oil a couple times on an older car that I had. It was a Subaru WRX I had back in the day, like 2013. So it's been a long time. Haven't had to change my oil in the longest time because I've always had financed or leased cars, you know? And that's the thing, is I want a car that I can work on. I want something that I can learn to work on. I want something I can learn to maintain myself and not have to spend ridiculous amounts of money at dealerships paying, you know, $400 or $500 for a service maintenance on it for them to, you know, rotate the tires and change my oil. I know I can do that kind of stuff myself. I just never did because I had newer cars. I wanted the dealerships to do it so that way I have the service records and everything if I went to trade in the car or to sell it to somebody. And look where that got us. You know, we got a car stolen. None of that matters at all. So what I'm looking for is a daily driver. I want 4x4. As I said, we like to go camping. We have our dog and everything. And I don't care about it being new anymore. I'm at that point in life where I don't care about a new car. I don't want a new car. I want something I can get my hands on, I can learn to work on, I can be the one that maintains it and make sure that it keeps working. And that's honestly kind of exciting to me. Although I know that it can also leave me stranded on the side of the road, which is something most new cars won't. I've never had one of my newer cars leave me stranded on the road, period. Like, it's never actually happened to me, thankfully. Knock on, I don't know, wood, something like that. And at the end of the day, I'm not a car guy. I am in the sense of, like, I like cars, I like driving cars. I don't collect cars, I don't work on cars. I've always left that to somebody else. And so I don't have the knowledge right now that I need to, you know, make things work, but I am doing constant research right now. I've gone into a full hyper-focused rabbit hole, finding out as much as I can about older vehicles and what might be better for me and for my wife and for the life that we want to lead in an older car. And it all makes me kind of anxious, honestly, because I could end up stuck on the side of the road calling for a tow truck for the first time in 15 years. And that would really suck. I live in the Bay Area. That would not be fun. And I know I'm not alone there. I know that there's a lot of people that end up in this same kind of situation. And that's why I wanted to start filming all of this. I wanted to learn in public, I guess is the best way to put this. I'm a musician. I'm no stranger to talking to a camera. And I figured if there's anybody else in the same situation that they might get something out of this. But I also know that there's plenty of people out there that could probably help me with knowledge along the way. So please, 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 I will not take any of that personally. Don't feel like you're mansplaining to me or anything like that. If I'm doing something stupid, leave it down in the comments. Help me out because, oh yeah, I don't know. I am nervous about all of this. I've been looking at a lot of cars. I've started contacting owners of the cars. We don't even have a payout from the stolen car yet. And I don't know what's going to happen with that. Dealing with insurance, it's not the easiest thing to do. So we'll have to see how it goes. I'm hoping that they give us enough for the car to get something that's not too terribly bad. So we'll have to figure it out. But this is not a build channel. I am not going to be doing some crazy expensive 4x4 build. That's not what this is all about. That's not what I'm going to be doing. I don't have the money for that. I don't have the budget for that. Like I said, I was jobless up until October. And so I only just recently have an income again. And then this happens. kind of funny how life likes to throw that kind of stuff at you, isn't it? Kind of sucks. Yeah. But I know that I can do it. I know that this is not something that's going to ruin us. I know that this is something that my wife and I can do as a project together as well. And that's something I'm really looking forward to. And it's just, honestly, like I said, it makes me kind of excited for the future. And that may sound weird, but anybody who likes older vehicles, they'll know what I'm talking about here. And anybody who likes to work on things themselves. Again, I'm a musician. I work on all of my own guitars. I do all of my own tech work on all of those. So it excites me to be able to do that kind of work on something that I would not do on a newer car. Like if you look at this rental, this is a Genesis. I wouldn't do any of that kind of work on a car like this. And so I said to myself, why would I finance another car then? Like what would be the point of financing another car if I have to pay somebody else to maintain it? I've got to pay the registration and everything anyways. Why don't I just get something that I can work on and do myself and keep the maintenance as low as possible by buying used parts and just doing it all DIY? To an extent, obviously, if something needs an engine replacement, I'm not going to even bother with that. So what I'm looking at are like 1995 to 2005. That's the age range. I don't want to really go older than that. I'm looking at Toyota Tacomas and probably relatively high mileage to keep it within my price range because I need to be under like $12,000. I doubt we'll even get that much for the car from insurance. I am also looking at 4Runners of the same era. And then my wife and I really have always been Jeep fans. And the 95 to 2003 era Jeep Wranglers, the TJs and the JKs, I think the other one was, those also interest us greatly. I know those ones aren't going to be as great as a daily driver. I know the Toyotas are going to be the better daily driver. All three of them, from what I've read, look to be relatively easy to work on compared to the newer counterparts. Reliability wise, obviously everybody talks about Toyota. I've owned multiple Toyotas in my life and have never had issues with any of them. I've never owned a Jeep. In fact, I've only owned one American car brand. I've had a Ford in the past. I had a Ford Focus ST. Loved that car. Never in a million years would I have worked on it. It was a newer car. And so, yeah, never even tried. I didn't even do my oil changes on that one. So I'm open to advice, though, for any of you people out there that have been in my situation before or currently have a daily driver that you've found extremely reliable, easy to work on, and fun. Let me know what that is. I am looking strictly for 4x4. I don't want any two-wheel drive. I want 4x4 because we love to go camping. We love road trips. We love getting up and out of the beaten path. And so I'm not looking again for a $15,000 plus build either. I'm just looking for, basic capabilities that will get us a little bit further than the everyday daily driver would, while still being a good daily driver. I don't have the money to, have a good daily driver and then a project car on top of that. We don't have the funds for that. Maybe someday in the future we will. Right now is not that time though. So that's it for now. Stay tuned for the next episode. I'm going to post the whole research and buying process as well, because that's something that is relatively new to me. I haven't done something outside of a dealership since I was 18, and I'm 36 now. So it's been a really long time since I've bought a used car, and we'll see how it goes. Stay tuned. Do that YouTube crap, hit subscribe and like and all that good stuff. And again, please leave down in the comments below any advice you have for me. All of this is going to happen fairly fast. I'm going to document and post it as fast as I can as well. So please like, subscribe, blah, 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 all that bullshit. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Bye now.